Welcome back to Let's Play Higurashi Meakashi. Kai! As usual, it took like 20 seconds or something to load up. And as usual, well, continuing on from whenever this arc was released, no other arcs have been released yet. Who's surprised? Not me, that's for sure. It'll be a whole year and a few, like, what, 2 months from now since this was released? Like, on Steam, and still no other arcs. Anyways, in the previous part, Shion, well, we finally got the time skip. Shion strangled Mion, then she was like, oh, wait, you also went through the punishment as well. And then she was like, I'm sorry, forgive me, and all that. And so they kind of made up after that. Then we got a time skip to a year, which is the main present time of the plot, really, isn't it? Before we continue on with Shion and the recklessness of repeating the mistake of kicking over a bicycle, well, no, a motorbike, let's get a word of the day. Kodo. Auditorium. And as usual, I can see another word right above it that has the same exact syllables but different kanji reading, which could also mean behavior. It's just how the hell do Japanese people do it? So then again, there's plenty of English words that, you know, sound the same, or even kind of spelt kind of... Actually, are there words that are different but spelt the same? I don't think there are in English. There's definitely words that sound the same but aren't the same. Wait. There might be. I don't know. Either way it goes, confusing stuff. There were 3 motorcycles lined in a row. They all felt like dominoes, like deja vu. It was beautiful and so much fun, showing once again that Shion has not learnt from the previous year. Oh, this was odd. I felt like I'd gone through the exact same experience before. While blinking my eyes in an effort to recall when that was, some people grabbed me by the neck and dragged me into a dark alley. It looked like these punks were the owners of those motorcycles. They started shouting at me. I wonder if it's the exact same ones. This really was strange. I was having deja vu. The fuck you, bitch! I think you're doing, huh? Fucking wash your idiot, bitch! They're saying the same shit as well. Gah! Gonna pay for what you did! That's right. It was when I met Satoshi for the first time. He came to save me. If I pretend to cry again now, would he come to save me again? I made a wish, and I started pretending to cry and beg for mercy. At that time, I doubted my ears. Cut it out! Can't you see she's crying? Oh, there he is! It was a boy about my age. Couldn't you believe it? He's finally got a portrait and it's definitely different from the one I remember. It's like 3 different portraits if you really think about it. I wonder how his, let's have a look how he looks in the, original art style. Yeah. Kinda makes me think of Tomitake a bit. Only very much lacking on the muscles. It was a boy about my age. I couldn't quite see his face. Well, we couldn't see his face up until now, because we'd never see him because he was always the protagonist. And the one time he wasn't the protagonist, he didn't even appear in the plot. I couldn't see his face because of the light illuminated him from behind. Satoshi-kun? Of course, it couldn't be him. It couldn't be. When I snapped out of my daydream, I realized that it wasn't Satoshi-kun after all. He looked less gracious than Satoshi-kun, so to speak. If Satoshi-kun was pristine and untouched, then this guy would have scratches all over him. But although they were completely different, I got a similar impression from him somehow. It's like, I know. It's kind of different. He's has some similarities to Satoshi, but not really at the same time. They're quite distinctly different. What the hell? What the fuck are you? You gotta get her or what? You wanna get her or what? Fucking Shion! Son of a bitch! The boy looks a bit taken aback. Well, I just thought you might want to let her go because she's crying, so... Ah! The fuck you think you're telling us? What do you know? Whoa, hold on. I'm against violence. What was up with this guy? Immediate difference there, isn't it? I felt ashamed that I mistook him for Satoshi-kun even for a second. He seemed cool at first, but he wasn't as cool as Satoshi-kun after all. Well, I mean, I'm sorry that your motorcycles were knocked down, but I hope you don't feel too bad about it. How could I make you feel better? Of course we don't have any money on us, you know? If you don't got the money then. If you got no money, you gotta pay with your body. This chick's got some real nice boobies. What? Let's strip it out, see? Hey, are you kidding me? I tightened my grip on the stun gun in my pocket. Then I turned it up to the maximum intensity. Don't hold a grudge against me if you die, pervs. I love it when girls get stripped in those porn videos. Yeah, the strippers are better than the actual sex. They indulge in their imaginations which arouse their spirits. Hey now, why are you perverts closing in on me? Your gross hands are groping the air. Are you gonna try and violate me? Ah, stripper's awesome! Stripper! Yeah! It's stripper from the top to the bottom. Sucks off, she'll be as naked as the jaybird. They're fucking insane or what? Hey, you out of your mind? Don't touch me with those filthy hands. Then a flash of light cut through the air. Is that the boy? You stupid fucks! Blows like thunderbolts knock the bunks down. Wow, so he's actually strong after all? What the hell? You want some? Ha! You don't have a clue, idiots. What the fuck are you on about? There's nothing arousing about stark nakedness. Leave her socks on at least. No matter what. That is the ironclad rule. Listen up, monkeys. What's the difference between Homo sapiens and other animals? That's right, humans wear clothes. Human beings wear clothes are just animals. You get aroused only when the girl is completely naked. You are less than human. You might as well be animals. I'm going to knock some sense into you. Clench those teeth. Man, he's just like... I've missed him so much, man. He's so over the top when he goes into his speeches. What? You mentioned a porn movie, didn't you? Let's say there's a cosplay sex video. The definition of cosplay is too broad. To lecture on that subject is as difficult as explaining the spirit of Yamato to Yankees, Persian, blah. One of the three most prominent divisions in a larger character school uniforms. Answer me! That's right, regular uniforms, gym uniforms, school criminal sports, and blazers, blah, the gym. Shorts and bloomers are likewise. And the color preference between white and navy, well, it is the same. Well, does that sound exciting then? Let's say each of you has a preference in one of these three divisions. Hey, you, tall one, you take the regular uniform. Fat one, you take the gym uniform. And you, the short one, you take the school uniform. Picture the image in your head within 3 seconds. Are you done? That's not good enough. Do it again! Let's say there's a porn video of your favorite cosplay. Use your imagination. Come on! Say yes, sir, when you got it. Are you really military men? You maggots, good. You all seem to have an image and all that. Imagine that your favorite cosplay is stripped entirely naked because of your stupid desire. Now think if you take all the clothes off, that's not cosplay anymore, is it? That's sort of humans without clothes aren't civilized. They're animals. If only naked girls excited you, you'd be a pack of dogs, monkeys, or pheasants. Pink, your bags and blah. As you know, a huge amount of Russian porn videos are going around lately thanks to the end of the Cold War. You don't know that? Get out of here. I heard that a star called Beautiful Russian School here, which is a combination of Japanese uniform fetish and the sound of restaurant fingers and part of Japanese culture of art. Those stupid barbarians will never outsell a Japanese spirit. Are you listening? You pathetic squid! Clench your teeth while I'll train you till you drop. I won't let you sleep until you are capable of your imagination skills. Come on, Pella. It's impossible to freaking keep up with him. At that point, I heard a bustle of people running this way. Jesus Christ. As you know, a huge amount of Russian blah 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 blah. You pathetic squid! He will train you, no more legislate until you are capable of acting your imagination skills. Here comes my whip. That's a hell of a freaking speech there. Who's that? Okay, it's probably, I can't remember their names. One of them, Okabura and Tomita, I think they were called. I'm Arsan, I got some people! I saw several kids running towards us. Seemed like our backup had arrived. Ah, shit, let's get out of here! The three punks had just been standing there agape, but they started running away when they saw that many people. You're awesome, my Barasan! You had those punks transfixed all by yourself! One of them even had a nosebleed. You're so strong, my Barasan! Phew. Seems my personal aura has grown more powerful. If this keeps up, I'll soon surpass even Coach's Made in Heaven reality marble. Anyway, are you alright, Neon? The boy was apparently called my Bara. He turned around to face me. Even the way he mistook me for Mion sounded like Satoshi-kun. But Satoshi-kun isn't a pervert like him. I was anxious to see how you'd fight back, but I guess 3 guys were too many, huh? I don't believe it. I was still confused. I couldn't yet grasp the situation. Yeah, it was a bit chaotic, wasn't it? Who was this guy? Mion has friends like him? I was still spacing out in shock, so I forgot to move until his hand touched my head. Well, you know, I'll forget that I saw you cry. So cheer up, okay? Rub, rub. The boy called my Bara, stroked my head roughly. Didn't feel good. It hurt, actually, so like, no, it doesn't have the gentle approach. But still, his hand had the same warmth. Later on, Mion told me about him. He was called Keiichi Maibara, Kei-chan for short. He's 1 grade below us. Not only that, but he just moved to Hidimizawa. Thanks for his attitude and lack of manners, he'd already become an idol in that class. Mion joyously explained all this. Sure, he sounded like a fun kid. I knew why Mion was into him. But Satoshi-kun is way cooler. He's more cooler because he's, how to describe Satoshi? He's all calm and nice and kind of a klutz. Well, Keiichi's a klutz, but he's, I suppose Keiichi, like, describe them. Satoshi is more kind of quiet, kind of sort. While Keiichi is more chaos. See it more like, just like, Satoshi is the introvert, while, Keiichi is the extrovert, or whatever it's called. He wasn't worth stealing from Sis, or was he? My heart throbbed. I was excited. It felt like I'd gotten a new toy. I was curious as to what kind of relationship Mion intended to build with him. I'd love to tease her about it. Thanks, Kei-chan. Let me buy you a drink. My uncle's restaurant is just nearby, so why don't we go there? Satoshi-kun refused out of modesty. But Keiichi Maibara said okay within 2 seconds. Well then, I couldn't wait to tease the 2 of them! My boring life suddenly became bright again. Whoa, hey, don't cling to my arm. Oh, don't you like it? Well, I don't hate it, but it's just your breasts that are touching me, and my breasts follow you. Keiichi Maibara was fun. Mion thought the same way I did. She would always talk about him. I was happy for her, it made me smile. I guess Kei-chan is just really your favorite, huh, sis? What's the most interesting thing about him? Let's see. To put it plainly, he's just funny. For example, just a couple of days ago in the club, Mion really liked him, but didn't seem to think it was love yet. She's reserved in that area, so that was really like her. As for me, well, I didn't hate him. My feelings weren't the same as Mion's. Kei-chan was just too childish compared to Satoshi-kun. I wondered how Satoshi-kun was doing. And then it's just like got all kind of solemn and melancholic. Just like, was he waiting for things to cool down somewhere far away? The case had already been solved, though. That dopehead was the murderer. There was no reason for him to wait anymore. I shook my head. I shouldn't think about it too much. Oh wait, I know. The case was confidential, so the arrest of the culprit hadn't been made public. So Satoshi hadn't realized that he could come back. I know he's a little thick-headed. Maybe he'd be waiting for things to calm down until the end of time. But if so, couldn't he give a call to Satoko at least? He should tell her he's living in a faraway place, but that he'd be coming home soon. Ah, that stupid Satoko. She'd been living with Rikafrude since Satoshi went away, so nobody would pick up the phone even if he called. Stupid girl. Don't you want your big bro to come home? Given Satoshi-kun's personality, he wouldn't remember any phone numbers other than his home phone number, so he wouldn't be able to contact anybody in Inbizawa. Maybe he'd been calling Sadoko every night. He keeps ringing, but nobody picks up. Then he'd assume Sadoko might be taking a bath or be in the restroom. He'd put on a puzzled smile while mumbling, like he always. I imitated his voice without realizing it. Who's speaking now? After that, what? What's up? Didn't you say something, Shion? I laughed it off and urged me on to continue. I realized then that her tone had changed. I hadn't been listening to her before I was thinking about Satoshi-kun. I thought she was still happily talking about Keiichi, but Mion sounded grim now. Her faint smile looked pitiful. It was too late to ask what was going on, so instead I concentrated on her story instead. After all that, Uncle gave everybody $1 as a thank you gift. Everybody except for me. Remember this from Watanagashi? That was pretty much the start of Watanagashi, wasn't it? Which this is, the answer arc to. Okay, except for you. I wanted one too, but I couldn't say it in front of everybody. You still can't express your needs, huh? And then, Mion sniffled. I realized that she was on the verge of tears. The cutest doll was in Kei-chan's bag. And you wanted that doll. It didn't matter which one. But although Kei-chan knew only I didn't get one, he didn't give it to me. He didn't give it to me. He said the doll wouldn't fit me and I should be born a boy in my next life. That's what he said. That was Keiichi's weak point. He might be fun and popular, but he wasn't mature. Not like Satoshi-kun. She's like, Satoshi-kun's the best. Satoshi can also be kind of oblivious as well. I want to start all over. I want to go back to when I first met. When I just met him and start all over. I wanted to treat me like a girl from the beginning. Don't take it too seriously. It'll be okay, because it's just you who wants to start over while you didn't even notice anything wrong. It'd be harder if you guys fought over it or something. Can I start over? If you didn't cry in front of him, it's not too late. You can cry as much as you want now, and if you show him a different side of you from tomorrow on, you can still fix it. Okay. I'm amazed how insensitive he is, but part of that is just the impression you'd been giving him so far. If you change your attitude from tomorrow on, you can still change his mind. How do I change my attitude? How? If I tell you to act cute, you'd start going to school in frilly clothes. So don't think and just be natural. But without overdoing it, pay attention to how you behave around him. And don't forget to be cautious of Rena. She's a bit ahead of you so far. Kei-chan might prefer Rena at this point. Oh, it's true, Rena's really girly. She's cute and caring. That just means you can't slack off even a moment's this, because you got a rival. Tears can attract men, but they don't anchor them. You should always be smiling, but cry when it really counts. That's how you typically do it. Maybe I should try that on Keiichi myself. No, don't! He's the boy you like, so I guess it's natural that I like him too. How can I attract him? Hey sis, why don't we have a competition over him? No, never! I'll kick you into orbit if you come near Inbizawa. I'm happy for you, sis. It's not too late at all. It's important to know the distance between the boy you love and yourself and shift the way you appeal to him to compensate. The boy I love is missing, you know. I don't even know where he is, or when he's coming back. Compared to that, you're very lucky. Meon was saying she'd do her best from tomorrow on with red tearful eyes, but I sensed a deeply negative feeling emerging inside me. Nobody was blaming Meon for being happy with Keiichi. I wasn't envious, I wasn't jealous. I didn't want her to be blamed the same way I was blamed. It was just that there was no space for Satoshi-kun in Meon's mind anymore. Filled as it was with Keiichi and her other friends now. Didn't matter to her if Satoshi-kun came back or not. Just like how she didn't care if it was sunny or rainy tomorrow. What about me then? Had I been thinking about Satoshi-kun all the time for the past year? I wasn't proud of my own answer. I'd become used to life without Satoshi-kun. His absence didn't hurt me anymore. I was getting used to life with Keiichi Maibara. And if I let my guard down, he might just fill up the space I'd been saving for Satoshi-kun. If Shion Sonozaki had prayed harder for Satoshi-kun to return, he might have come home already. Where did Satoshi-kun go? Last year, right after his disappearance, I'd paid close attention to the information circulating in the Sonozaki family and its underground connections. And I frequently went to the police station to check with Oishi for the new information. Even with all that, I couldn't get any new leads on his whereabouts. I eventually became interested in Oyashiro-sama's curse, which surrounded Satoshi-kun's disappearance. I researched the dark history of the village. The more I looked into it, the less likely his survival seemed. I'd returned Mio's and scrapbooks to her, and then I hadn't gone to the library since. I started a new life in a new school. I'd made new friends, and in the same way. As falling leaves covered the ground, I felt like I was losing sight of what was really important to me. It was already almost the end of spring. They said that summer was coming early and it'd be very hot this year. Normally it'd be the rainy season now, but we'd had no rain at all. The Higurashi festival is right around the corner. It'd been almost a year since Satoshi-kun went missing. In Mizawa, they don't allow you to talk openly about Oyashiro-sama's curse or the series of mysterious deaths. Sorry, but it acts like the murder of Satoshi-kun's aunt never happened. That's because Satoshi Hojo-kun was a member of the family of traders. He fell victim to Oyashiro-sama's curse on the 4th year running. He was deemed away. Everybody was trying to forget about his existence and erase their memories of him. Don't make him disappear because of the curse. Don't erase his existence. Satoshi-kun was living in Imizawa just a year ago. He went to school. He was an A student. He was a member of the Hinamizawa Fighters. He could never hit the ball when it really mattered. He was unreliable but pure. He was warm. Because of this curse, people made him disappear. They stopped mentioning his name and acted like he never existed. A new resident like Keiichi Maibara wouldn't even know him. He seriously believed that Satoshi-kun had transferred out. I miss you, Satoshi-kun. I want to go shopping with you again, even though she only went one time. I want to be in a baseball game with you again and get a cold drink afterwards. Or maybe there was more time and they simply didn't show like all of their because it kind of indicated that she'd go to the game every time he'd be there, and we don't know how many times he went there. So they probably met a number of times. I want to tease you and I want you to stroke my head again. Your hand was so warm. I felt as if my whole body was being caressed. Satoshi-kun. I mean, they only knew each other for a short amount of time. I haven't opened this notebook in a while. My feelings have been written down for over 150 pages. This notebook is the key to my heart. The other me who's been sleeping since last year is slowly waking up. Notebook page 150.